Sat Shri Akal. Today we're going to be talking about a Kabir Das ji paragraph. Let's get into it. Gond Grih Sobha Jake Re Nahi Avat Pahiya Khuden Jahi. If and when there is no honor within you in your house, then the people who come to you, they are going to return and go back hungry and empty handed. Now, like we know, each of Kabir Das Dohas, Kabir Das text is multifaceted. It means that each line brings with it several different contexts and contemplation that is resting with the viewer and the audience to think about. So I am going to try and break this down into few different options and then leave the rest to your imagination and contemplation. Now coming back to this, he says that when your house is lacking honor, he's not talking about physical honor. Physical honor is one interpretation of it. Let's not dismiss that. But here it is a bigger meaning. We're talking about a deeper meaning here. If you are not satisfied, if you are not content, if you are not in the place and time when you are doing something, then obviously whatever you are doing can never be successful. So whoever you're doing the task with, or whatever the task is going to be futile. It's going to be empty. It's like, I'll give you an example of myself. I am a psychotherapist and a transformation coach. If I am with a client and I am in therapy with them, if instead of being with them and believing them, if my mind is running in different directions of, oh, I have another client, oh, of how do I grow my business, oh, I need to do this, oh, I have a corporate client, oh, if I do something else I'm going to get more money. If my mind is running in different directions, instead of being in that moment with that client, then do you think I will do a sincere job or the best I can with that person? Similarly, if I am with that person, if there is a coach or whoever who is with a student, and you are teaching that student, but if your mind is running in, oh, I need to do more, I need to get more, can you do justice? If there is if your motivation is driven by greed, then there is a problem with the output. That is all he's trying to say right now. वाके अंतर नहीं संतोख बिन सुहागने लागे दुख. If inside of you there is no peace, you are not content with what you have, then obviously, and you're not at peace, you know why? Because you are longing for the company of that bride, right? You're longing for that additional company, because without that company, you are left scattered. You are left without direction, without guidance. And this company that you seek, that you feel is the reason for your happiness, is not the right company, as the paragraph will tell us. Dhan suhagani mahapavit, tape tapisar dole cheet. This suhagani that you're after, this bride whose company you seek, this bride that you're so crazy and mesmerized and impressed with, that you so are in love with, and you think that she's loyal to you, which is why you're calling her your bride, because bride is supposed to be someone who is loyal. But you know who this bride is? This bride is nothing but the wealth, the vice, the corruption of the wealth that surrounds us, So this bride is personified with wealth in this line, and she is extremely corrupt. She is so corrupt that she can come barefooted without any noise heralding her presence. She can come in quietly, stealthily, and uptake and disturb your consciousness. She can take over your mind. That is the power of this bride. You feel this bride is yours. You feel that she is loyal. She is not loyal. She is greed. She is the greed that you think is something that you will earn loyalty with. Rahao. Sohagani kirpan ki puti, sevak taj jagat siyo suti. This Sohagani, this bride, is actually the daughter of a miser, and a miser who's not good, but a miser who's wretched. And because she comes from that background, she is not interested in serving those people who are good or kind, or those who are righteous. She wants to go and be in bed with everyone else. Sevak Taj, leaving the disciples of the Lord, Jagat Siyo Suti. She is in bed with everybody else. So much so that साधु के ठाडी दरबार, शरण तेरी मोको निस्तार. And she is so shrewd and so cunning that she goes to the darbar, to the house of even the sages and the saints, and standing at the doorstep, she tells them that I have come to your sanctuary. Please take me in and help me. This line, these two lines which are explained so beautifully, is the personification of how even the strongest of us, even the most righteous of us, get colluded with corruption and vices and greed, sometimes unknowingly. We give in to that vice under the pretext of helping them, just like how this bride came, right? She came to you and she said, take me in, I am helpless, help me. And that's how the sages take her in. And that's how you, my friend, take that greed in. You don't realize it's greed. We are not anti-you working. Ambition is good. Growth is good. Doing well is good. Progress is great. Being successful is fantastic. But the point is, when you are running after growth, fame, or money for the wrong reasons, for the reason of greed, instead of the reason of giving and providing for your family and yourself, when that is what becomes wrong, because your motivation is driven by a vice. It is not driven by purity anymore. You are colluded, you have fooled yourself into thinking that you're doing something good, that maybe that fame that you're running after is actually good for you or good for your family or something else, but really it is not. It is a greed or a vice that you're after. Suhagani hai at sundari. This vice, this greed, this bride is so beautiful and mesmerizing. Pag nevar chanak chanhari. Her anklets, when she walks, make the most beautiful and hypnotic sounds. It completely mesmerizes you. You feel that you need her. You want to protect her. You want to take her in. That is the beauty of your vice. When you give in to corruption, you don't even realize that you're giving in. You may be doing it for the right reasons, but that reason, that is what this paragraph says, it may be wrong. It is time for you to adopt mindfulness and be very careful and understand your motivations today. Understand yourself first, and only then you can understand your true motivations. जो लग प्राण तव लग संगे, नाही त चली भेग ओठ नंगे. This bride is so narcissistic or self-focused that she remains with you as long as you're able to give, as long as you're listening to her. So as long as you're able to breathe and breathe by yourself, which means that you're able to take decisions on your own. Decisions of what? Decisions of giving in to her, decisions of being mesmerized with her and loving her. She is with you. Once you fail, once to take the breath by yourself, to take decisions by yourself, she leaves you quietly. She in fact walks barefooted and leaves you as fast as she came into you. And when she leaves, this is not greed, this is even wealth that we're talking about. That wealth, that fame, that honor, fake honor that you were so proud about and arrogant about, she takes that away. सोहागनी भवन त्रे लिया, 10-8 पुराण तीरथ रस किया. She is so well versed and so intellectual that she has not just captured your mind, but she's also captured all the 3 worlds. Not only that, she is well versed with the 18 Puranas and makes her way to all the heritage and religious places to find the next people that she can go after. Not only that, she has also made her way into Brahma, Vishnu and Shiva, Mahesar Bede. बड़े भूपति राजे हैं छेदे. Not only the gods, she has also corrupted the strongest emperors, the courageous emperors, the most righteous emperors have all fallen to her charm and have given in to her. Suhagan urvar na par, पांच नारद के संग विधवार. This Suhagani is Urvarna Par. She doesn't belong to anyone. You feel that this bride, that this wealth, this fame, the good that you have or the good that you're running after is actually loyal to you, but honestly, she's the most disloyal person. She doesn't belong to anyone. And you know why? Because she is colluding with the 5 vices. Panch Narad ke sang bidhwar. She's conspiring with them. And what are the 5 vices? Kam, Krodh, Lobh, Moh, Ahankar. Right? When you are giving in to those 5 vices, then do you have anything that is left in your control? You feel you are doing something good. You feel that with Moh and Maya you are actually doing something good, but what you don't realize is that maybe you are running after greed and inviting negativity into your life without realizing. When you achieve that level of consciousness where you're able to recognize the 5 vices around you and you're able to recognize this bride, this clever, shrewd bride who claims to be loyal, who is so beautiful and mesmerizing, but really is the one who's pulling you down. When you are able to look within yourself, when you're able to realize that, you know what, you are running after the wrong things because your motivation is wrong. When you realize that you don't know who you really are, and really the path of salvation, the path of liberation, the path of success begins with first adopting mindfulness to figuring out yourself. Once you figure out yourself and your motivation becomes clear, God is not averse to success. He is your parent. He will give you that kind of resounding success, name, fame, money, all that you desire, but for that right motivation. Not that which is motivated and inspired by the bride. And once you do that, my friend, this pot of vices that is controlling you will break. पांच नारद के मिटवे ढूंढे. You will break free from that control of those 5 vices. It all begins with you understanding yourself. कहे कबीर गुर कृपा छूटे. And if and when the Lord graces you with this kind of mindfulness, if you so desire, you are free. You are finally free, and you finally take control of success in your life, should the God grace you to get that. वाहिगुरु जी का खालसा, वाहिगुरु जी की फतेह.